When you hear a company like Reliance, you probably think of one name: Mukesh Ambani. When someone mentions Tata, you think of the Tata family. Adani, Gautam Adani, Infosys, Narayana Murthy. But here's the surprising truth. Most of India's biggest companies are not fully owned by the people who built them. In fact, parts of these companies are owned by millions of ordinary investors, mutual funds, insurance companies, foreign investors, government institutions, and maybe even you. So who really owns India's biggest companies? Today, we're uncovering the hidden ownership behind India's corporate giants. Chapter 1: What does owning a company really mean? When a company is listed on the stock market, its ownership is divided into millions or even billions of shares. Each share represents a small ownership stake. If you own one share, you own a tiny piece of that company. The more shares you own, the greater your ownership and voting power. That's why no single person usually owns 100% of a large public company. Instead, ownership is shared among different groups. Chapter 2: Meet the real owners. Every listed company has different types of shareholders. Promoters are the founders or families that control the company. Then come retail investors, ordinary people investing through demat accounts. Next are mutual funds, which invest money on behalf of millions of people. There are also insurance companies, foreign institutional investors, FIIs, domestic institutional investors, DIIs, and in some cases, even the government. Together, these groups own almost every major listed company in India. Chapter 3: Who actually owns India's biggest companies? Let's look at some of India's biggest companies. No matter how famous the founder is, ownership is usually shared among promoters, institutions, and public investors. Take Reliance Industries. While the promoter group remains the largest shareholder, millions of shares are also owned by mutual funds, insurance companies, foreign investors, and retail shareholders. Now look at Tata Group companies. Many of them are controlled through the Tata Trusts, while the remaining ownership is divided among institutional and public investors. Founders may guide the company, but thousands or even millions of shareholders own pieces of it. This is what makes the stock market unique. They're owned by an entire community of investors. Chapter 4: Why do companies sell their ownership? When a company is small, the founder usually owns most or even all of it, but as the business grows, it needs more money to build factories, hire employees, develop new products, and expand into new markets. Instead of borrowing everything from banks, many companies choose to raise money from the public. They do this by selling a part of their ownership through shares. In return, investors provide capital and become shareholders. The company gets the money it needs to grow, while investors get a chance to benefit from that growth. This is why companies list on the stock market. It's not about giving away the business, it's about raising capital to build a bigger one. Chapter 5: You can become an owner too. Here's the most interesting part: you don't need billions of rupees to own a part of India's biggest companies. All you need is a demat account and even a single share. The moment you buy that share, you become a shareholder. Your ownership may be very small, but it's real. You can benefit if the company grows, and in many cases, you also get voting rights and dividends. So, who actually owns India's biggest companies? Not just the founders. Not just big institutions. But millions of investors who own small pieces of these businesses. Behind every successful public company are millions of shareholders who own it together. Today, we discovered that owning a company isn't just about one billionaire or one family. Every listed company is owned by a combination of founders, institutions, and millions of investors. It gives anyone the opportunity to own a small part of some of the biggest businesses in the country. Maybe just one share, maybe thousands, but every shareholder becomes part of that company's journey. Thanks for watching.